You did it.
We made it.
It is our house.
First time home buyers. Let's go. I'm excited. So this is our new home. Welcome. Can't wait to get started decorating and making it look like us.
Yeah, just fix our own. Starting to build our house.
I'm here with Joe and Kaisha at Fort Worth, Texas. They just closed on their brand new home here. I'm very excited for them. First of all, congratulations to you guys.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
How do you guys feel walking into your brand new home?
It feels amazing. It feels like a little bit of both of us. Like it's one of those surreal feelings that it doesn't really quite feel real until you're actually in it and you actually close and it's like, this is ours. We own this now. Like this is our responsibility now. Like it feels amazing. It feels like you're taking that next step into the next chapter in your life and it feels great. Like it feels amazing.
Yeah, no, it feels fantastic, especially, accomplishing a life goal. Owning a home has been a goal of mine for the longest time. And now that I finally accomplished that, I feel very good about it. I feel fantastic about it. It feels like lighter stepping inside the home than I was before we got here.
That's amazing. You guys were previously renting in an apartment,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And now you own a home. And you were paying whatever you were paying for the apartment versus, now buying a home, you have a certain mortgage. Tell me about that, like how, paying that rent versus paying this mortgage, how big of a difference was it? How big of a commitment is that for you? Why did you decide to move from paying rent to paying mortgage?
Well, you have to really think about it this way. When you're renting an apartment, just know that the money that you're putting into where you stay, it's not going anywhere. You're not building any equity off of that. So it's important for you to understand that the money that I'm putting into paying rent every month and paying for utilities, that can be done with a home. And you can reap the benefits of not only owning a home, but on top of that, putting more money towards yourself. Having that equity, having that growth, watching your property value grow. That's the benefit of owning a home. And at the time, like we stayed in an apartment for 3 years and it was kind of like we were already looking, but we just didn't really know where to start or didn't have the right people to talk to point us in the right direction of where we needed to go. And that's why we decided to work with the Realtor and we wanted to work with you. We had worked with the Realtor before and it really didn't kind of work out. It wasn't a lot of communication, but with working with you, it was fantastic. You communicated with us. We always knew what you were doing, what the plans were, what plans you had for us and what our expectations were. And even beyond that, like you met our expectations and above to make us happy and make sure that everything fit for us.
Yeah, going from rent to a mortgage, there is the monetary increase, but it is worth it in the end. When you're building up, when the house's value builds up, when you're trying to build for your future, in my eyes, it's always worth doing so because you need to secure that future for yourself. And if you have any kids, you need to do that as well. I wanted to work with a realtor because it just seems we tried to go at it alone. And like Kaisha said, we did try with a different realtor, but we went with you because you impressed me of how the market is with your knowledge of what the future is looking like in the housing market as well, and your personality and your energy you brought to it. When we went at it by ourselves, it was just a vast sea. It was like being in a rowboat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, with no compass to direct us towards wherever we were going to go. So it was like being lost. We met up with you and I felt like you could guide us. You could be the star in the night that guides us to where we were supposed to be at and what fit us the best. So we went with you because of all of that. And you have definitely gone above and beyond for us. In the first couple of days, you were already on like 4 communities for us to look at. So once again, it impressed me and I greatly appreciate the effort being put forth towards getting us to where we want to be.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You guys were leasing an apartment and you were paying rent. So when you decided to buy a home, could you talk about, what was important for you? Was the price of the home important? Was a monthly payment important? And why was that? And how did you guys come up with that idea?
Well, looking for a home, number one, you want to have affordability. You don't want to be house rich and money poor. That's the worst way to be. I wanted to look for a home for the both of us so that way, number one, we could still be comfortable. We could still own something and still not stress too much monetarily wise on how much money we have to pay on a monthly basis. And I mean, in reality, when you really think about it, compared to what we were paying in rent, we could be paying the exact same amount in a home. And that's basically what we're doing right now. The benefit of looking for a home is finding something that, number one, that you can afford, number two, that you like. Just because it's affordable doesn't mean you have to have that. You can still take the time that's necessary and look for something that you absolutely want that's within your price range. And it's super possible. It's not impossible to find something that's in your price range that you actually like. Because you don't want to have a house that you live in and you don't like it because it's affordable, but you could have more.
Right, and I agree with that 100%. And yes, we do, like, the big thing for me was comfortability and affordability. And I feel with this home, we've hit that mark of where we can be comfortable and not stress too much about whether we're going to make that next payment or not. So those are the two big factors. And I do agree, you have to like where you're staying. You have to like the people who are going to be around you, because whether it's a townhome, whether it's a standard home, what have you, you are going to have neighbors, and you are going to be surrounded by a community, and you got to like that community and the people who are there. That was another thing that I was looking forward to. When we showed up here, I liked it. I met like one of the neighbors, and he was really nice, and he was really cool to us. So I have good feelings going forward with the rest of our neighbors.
So basically you guys took, here's the rent I pay today. How can I buy a home around that same monthly budget?
Correct.
That's awesome. So you guys were talking about, loving the home that you buy, right? And most people want to buy a single family home, but you guys ended up buying a townhome. Talk to me about that. Why did you do that?
We decided to go with the townhome because for us, this is a starter home. This is our starting point. It is not the end all be all. It is not where we're going to be for the rest of our lives. This is where we start. This is where we start to build the future that we want together, whether it be family, growing a family, or other adventures in investing, or selling the house and moving to a different one. But this is the start point. This isn't the end point. This is the beginning. It is the start of the race. That is my viewpoint. That is our viewpoint on it as well. So townhomes seem to be the perfect fit for us and Peps. And our dog. And our dog Peps. So this would be the perfect choice for us until we are ready to hit that single family home and then move on from there. It's all about growth. It's not about starting at the finish line. It's about getting there. It's about the journey to get there.
We're all very smart buyers. So why did you guys decide to work with me and EverKin Realty?
So I decided to work with you because I was kind of shopping around for different realtors. I had found one previously online through Instagram, linked up with him. There's a lot of lack of communication with him, and I didn't really like the fact that you were throwing knowledge at me, but then I didn't really know what it meant. It wasn't an intimate relationship as far as like understanding the knowledge that they're putting down and knowing that we're first-time home buyers, so we know nothing in the beginning. And so after that bad experience, I kind of took a break from looking at properties and stuff like that, but still kept in the back of my mind that I really do want to find something for us that's affordable for us, so we're not throwing our money away with paying rent all the time. And my mom had a friend who's friends with you, and she got us linked up together. And so from there, it was the start of a fantastic relationship with us. Like, you have been very communicative, very on point, very diligent in helping us find what's best for us, as well as what's within our price range monetarily wise, so we're not stretching it too far thin as far as monthly payments. So, and then finding a beautiful community that we live in now that we're going to be able to build memories with, and it's not the end here.
And I decided to work with you. She brought you to my attention. She told me about you, and when we set up that first meeting at that Starbucks, and I was like, I'm always optimistic, always keep an open mind. Then we sat down, we spoke. You showed us the numbers. You showed us your knowledge about what you do on a day-to-day. And that made me feel confident working with you that you were going to get us where we wanted to be. And as time progressed, and as you put boots to the ground, and then the resources you also provided us to get us squared away, from Joel to Philip to literally everybody you connected us with, that really impressed me as we kept going on this journey. And I'm like, made me solidified in that we made the right decision to work with you, and that you were the best option for us to get our first home.
Thank you. Sometimes we have buyers who go and buy a home in a new construction community directly from a builder without a realtor. But you guys work with me as a realtor on a new build. What do you see as benefits, or why should someone work with a realtor even though they're buying a home in a new construction community?
We were lost when we were going at it ourselves. We were lost. We didn't really know left from right, up from down. And then, like she said, that experience with the other realtor, that just did not leave a good taste in our mouth, because it was still or feeling lost. If you can work with a realtor, especially you, and they can guide you in the right direction to where you want to be, you don't feel as lost. And along the way, the people they connect you to or themselves educate you in the process of buying a home, or like the ins and outs of, the housing market and the home industry. That's very impactful, very helpful in helping us make the right decision and not feel as lost and know a little bit more about what we're getting into.
As well as being able to understand, outside of owning a home, that there's other ventures that you can do when you're trying to invest in properties, like investments and generational wealth. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to build upon something to make our next generation that follows behind us better off than what we were. And these are the foundation steps that we have to take in order to get there. And you showcasing your knowledge to us and guiding us in the right direction and giving us all this insight, so that way we know for the future, as well as we can say a lot of the things that you've taught us and teach that to somebody else as well. We're building those foundation blocks, not only for ourselves, but for our generations to come.
As we were going through the process, it really did feel like you had our best interest at heart, honestly, because I know, just because I have family who do this, I know builders, they only looking out for themselves. They have the goal in mind to sell the house no matter what issues may be there or not there, or if it's something that they just need to push off to the first person who's willing to buy it. Having you there to guide us, to inform us, of certain things as we're talking to the builders, the different ones we did speak with you, that really helps, because it means we got someone in our corner backing us up, so that way we're not getting taken advantage of.
Exactly. And for example, when we were in the process of getting this home, the builder did have their inspection, and we had a personal inspector come in and inspect the home, and we found quite a few things that needed to be improved upon. And had we have not taken your knowledge and advice and it's optional to get a personal inspector, but I think I would highly recommend it, because you don't want to move in and then find all of these issues and then you're responsible for taking care of them. Without that guidance, we would have never known all of the problems that were in this home that were found, and now they've been fixed and we're closed today. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice. I know you mentioned Joel.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Joel is a mortgage advisor. I know you guys didn't close the loan with him. We did it with the builder's mortgage advisor. But what was your experience working with Joel?
Joel was great. Joel has really good energy. You can tell when a person's energy is so genuine, because it feeds onto you. And he was really eager to help us, really knowledgeable as helping us understand different type of mortgage types, what kind of loan types that we could choose from. Very knowledgeable and very nice guy. I would work with him. I would recommend him to anybody that's looking for a home, because he's just really nice, really polite, and very down to earth. And we need a lot of people like that, especially when you're already making life decisions, big decisions like buying a home. You need that person that's there, that's going to be your soundboard, as well as being knowledgeable, be able to point you in the right direction.
I second that. And on top of that, to roll back to the education thing, he helped educate us a lot more on the financial side of everything, the different routes we could take to secure the down payment, or the different route we can take to different loan options. It was that, and like she said, his good energy. He was in touch with us. He got me connected to Philip, I believe is a CPA. So that way we can go over 401k stuff and get us one outside of my job set up when the time comes, and all those other options. So working with Joel, it's the same with you. I felt very confident working with him. I felt very confident in what he was teaching us, because it very, very much felt like a teaching experience, a learning experience for both of us. It was really great to work with him. And I also would recommend him to anybody who was looking to get a mortgage.
And one of your first concerns when we met, and even until we signed the contract, was the numbers, the finances.
Yep.
Right? But then there was a point in time when you had the absolute clarity in your numbers. Can you describe how you got there?
I would say that yes, I'm a optimistic realist, because yes, I want to live in a nice home. Yes, I want to live in a good place where I'm comfortable, in a really good community. But at the same time, I need to make sure that I can afford it. And I had already determined, Joe and I had prior conversations about what would fit within our budget, what would fit in our price range. And so when we talked, we spoke with you about, hey, we're looking for homes that are going to be on a monthly mortgage payment between this and this. And so if you can help us find that, then we can go from there. So you did your homework and went around to different communities, finding houses that would have monthly mortgage payments around the same price. And then also talk to us when we sat down with builders, when they started talking about a little bit about the financial pieces of how, depending on what their fees were and HOA and all that stuff like that, it might go over our budget. So pointing out the knowledge like, hey, this might be a little bit over your budget limit. So let's take a step back and let's look at some other communities and keep our options open. So that way we can fit the needs for both of us and make sure that we're comfortable. So that was a great experience, being able to break down. And then when we finally find a home that we like and then they break down the financials, I feel so much more comfortable because it's within our range and we're not having to break the bank to own a home.
Joel's knowledge very much helped solidify what we were going to do moving forward. He broke down the numbers to us. I am very much hey, I need to see the numbers before I commit to realistically anything. He broke those numbers down. He showed us a way to view the numbers that if we talk to a builder and their finance officer, that we're not blindsided by those numbers, and how we understand where those numbers are coming from.
And understand what type of house range that we even qualify for, and be able to determine how much we would have to put down depending on what type of loan that you get, whether it's FHA or conventional, how much money you would have to put down for this specific loan type.
Yeah, and because of that, that's where the confidence comes from. That's where the confidence on this decision came from as well.
Yeah, I could see there was a point in time when you guys had absolute clarity. Until that, you were like, I'm not sure. Oh my God. And then you're like, oh, I'm clear.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Right?
Exactly.
So that was amazing. And,
It's like a light bulb moment.
Yeah, and hats off to Joel for, our mortgage advisor, gotten me there. So did we end up under budget?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up under budget.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So last two simple questions. Would you recommend me to your friends and family or anyone else as your realtor?
Oh, most
100%
definitely,
without
yeah.
hesitation.
Without-
Yes.
Yeah, like I have been keeping what we've been doing a secret from my coworkers, but now that we're all signed, now that we're all good to go, I would most definitely recommend if they're looking for a house, I would throw your name in that bucket.
Thank you. And would you recommend Joel as your mortgage advisor to your friends and family?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With his knowledge and his expertise, yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
It's a surreal feeling to own our own home that is 100% ours. So it feels really good, though. It feels really great.
I feel like because of how much the market is changing, how much time is changing, and how different things are right now, like you feel like you're running behind, but in reality, you're really not. You
Right.
just gotta find the right people that'll help you.
Exactly. And we're just very grateful to you, Vijay. Like you helped us out greatly, and we wouldn't have asked for anybody else to help us with this process and with this journey of finding the right home for us.
The current.
Oh my! But I'm super excited. Can't wait to get all our furniture in here. Can't wait to get this gaming/office space set up, bedroom set up, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Can't wait to make it ours.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.